So I'm starting on number 1. Write the domain. So for the domain, you're looking for the left value to the right value on the x-axis. So I'm drawing it different to see if this helps some of you. So what is the most left value? -6. What is the most right value? +2. Can it be -6? Yes. Can it be +2? No. Now for the range. I'm looking for the lowest value on the y-axis to the highest value on the y-axis. The lowest value was -5. Could it be -5? No. The highest value was 25. Could it be 25? Yes. Okay, this one asked for the range only. So I'm only looking at the lowest value to the highest value. So I'm going to write it before I even look at their answers. The lowest value was -5. Could it be -5? No. The highest value was 25. Could it be 25? Yes, it was actually the exact same question from up here, wasn't it? Okay, now, which one says this? A says all real numbers greater than or equal to -5, but that said greater than or, so no. Now, guys, you're looking at y is greater than -5. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, all real numbers that are greater than or equal to -6, no. All real numbers that are greater than -6, no. All real numbers that are greater than -5, is that correct? Y is greater than -5. And less than or equal to 25, yes. All right, on the next one. If the range above the graph was written as an inequality, how would you write it? Right here. We already did it. So the answer was D. Number 3. A student worked out in a gym continuously for 50 minutes. The graph shows the remaining percentage of the workout as a function. What is the range? So the lowest number is 0. The highest number is, could it be 0? Could it be 100? So you're looking for all real numbers greater than or equal to 0, but less than or equal to 100. B. And if you were to write it, it would look like this. Y. You don't read it. 0 is less than or equal to y. Y is greater than or equal to 0, but less than or equal to 100. Yes? All right, this one. What did they ask for? The domain. What is domain? Now stop, guys. Is this a continuous graph or discrete? Continuous. So which answer choices can I mark out right away because they're discrete? A and B. Now stop. What is domain? Well, then it can't be C either. You didn't even have to do anything. All you had to know was continuous and domain is X. All right, the next one, number 5. A function has the following ordered pairs. What is domain? The X's. So there's your domain right there. 25, 50, 75, and 100. Was this continuous or discrete? Because I wrote them out. I listed the numbers. All right. The mapping diagram represents all the points on a graph. What is the domain? The domain are the X's. So I'm only looking at these X's. -2, -1, 0, and 2. So the answer was B. Number 7. Which graph represents a function with a domain? What does domain mean? X's. So I'm going to go like this. I'm doing X's. Of all real numbers greater than -2 and less than or equal to 7. So they're just giving you the two numbers to put on this, least to greatest. Okay? All right, so I'm looking for a domain to -2. Is this one good right here? X is greater than -2, but less than or equal to 7. Is that good? Yeah, that's your answer. Number 8. Which graph represents a function with a range of all real numbers greater than or equal to negative 10. So a range greater than or equal to negative 10. So I'm only looking at the y-axis. Well, this is less than or equal to whatever that is, 8. Here's negative 10. Is that greater than or equal to negative 10? Looks like it. Okay, let's look right here. That's like negative, not 10. I don't know what it is. And that's less than. So it has to be B. Okay, number 9. Which set of ordered pairs is a function? What do we only look at? All right, so in A, it was 0 to negative 5, negative 5.5, negative 5.5. Nope, the negative 5.5 is repeated. In B, 5, 3, negative 9, 9.2. Are they all different? Then that was a function. Okay, number 10. Which inequality best represents the, what does this say? Can I mark off 2 answer choices right away because range is what? Range is Y, so can I mark off A? Why can I mark off A? Because that's domain. What about C? Mark it out. So now I'm looking at the range. Now look at it. Is it an arrow on one side? So it's not going to have 2 numbers. So it has to be B, but let's talk about it. Y is greater than 250,000 because everything is above it. How have y'all been doing on this so far? Pretty good? Number 11, which representation is a function? It says shows Y as a function of X. It just means which one is a function. Our eyes should be on the board or on our paper. Okay? What is F a function? Why not? It touches twice. All right, let's look at G. Is it a function? Touches twice. Is H a function? Yes, because every input only has 1 line coming out of it. What was wrong with J? It had 2 lines coming out of it, so no. Number 12, what is the domain and range of this graph? So domain, we're looking at the what? X's. So on the x-axis, I'm looking for the lowest point and the highest point. So everybody look how I drew it. So it goes from negative 5, and it can be negative 5, to positive 5, and it can be positive 5. For the range, I am looking at the lowest point it touches on the y-axis, which is here, to the highest point it touches on the y-axis, which is here. So the lowest was 0. Could it be 0? Yes. The highest was 6. Could it be 6? Yes. What are you talking about? I went for pink, I went for domain, left to right. For orange, I went to range, the lowest to the highest. So I'm just drawing it to the y-axis to see what number I'm at.
No, I'm talking about the sign. Oh, I heard closed dots.
They're closed dots.
So when they're closed, they go that way? But when they're open, they go this way?
No. This is from least to greatest. When they're from least to greatest, you put the smallest number over here and the biggest number over here, and they're always going to say less than signs. Okay, number 13. Which one is a function? Which one is a function? Why? It will only touch once. What was wrong with D? It's already touching. It's already a vertical line. Okay, number 14. Which set of ordered pairs represents Y as a function? They're just saying which one is a function. So you're looking at the X's. Was A a function? No. Was B a function? Why not? The 3's repeated. Was C? No. Every single one's a 0. So it has to be D, but let's check it. 0, -1, -2, -3, -4. So yes, nothing repeated. Number 15. Which graph is not a function? Okay, we'll look at A. If I drew a vertical line, how many times would it touch? So that's not a function. Why was B a function? Because if I drew a vertical line, it's only touching one time. Number 16. Given f of x equals this, what is the value of f of -2? When it has it in parentheses, they're saying x is -2. So you're just plugging -2 in. You can use your y equals button if you want to. So if I go to y equals and I type in 5 open parentheses 3 plus x close parentheses, make sure I typed it correct, then go to second graph. I'm looking when x is -2, what is y? Now where would that go? Guys, on the algebra gridables, it does not matter. You just can't put it here. Okay? So it could go right here. That's perfectly fine. You literally could have put it all the way back here. Okay? Because if you needed a decimal, you would put decimal as that point. Okay? Okay, on the back. Which statement describes the mapping? Okay, well, first of all, is this mapping a function? Yes, so cross off the ones that say it's not. So F says it is, so I'm going to put a check mark. G says it's not, so that's out. H says it is, so it's a check mark, and J says it's not. Now, why is it a mapping, why is it a function? Because every input has only one output, because every X has only one Y. Look what F says. Because each Y, do we care about Y? No. Look at H. Because each X. So that's the answer. Number 18. Which representation is a function? What is it? Why? Because every input has only one output. What was wrong with C? They're all -1. This one had those repeating, and this one had -4 repeating. Number 19, given g of x equals that, what is the value of g of 1/4? What is this saying right here? That x is 1/4. So I'm just going to go to y equals really wouldn't help me, would it? Because it's not going to have x as a 1/4. So could I just plug in 1/4 right there? All right, so I have 10, open parentheses, 3 minus 1/4 close parentheses. So I'm going to go to here. Do y'all understand why it wouldn't help you in y equals? Because look at the x values are only integers. It doesn't give them to you as fractions, okay? All right, so I'm going to go to 10, open parentheses, 3 minus alpha y equals 1/4, arrow out, close your parentheses. And there you go. Is that a good answer?
No.
Math. Now what?
Decimal.
Decimal, enter, 27.5. All right, this is your study guide. Your test is tomorrow. So make sure you look over this tonight.